For like 2 days, we stayed there. The first day and the second day, no food, nothing.
At the church?
At the church, no food, nothing.
Hi guys, you're welcome back again. It's your favorite brother from Ghana, and then I'm still coming to you live from Nairobi, Kenya. So as we do on this channel, most of the times we want to educate people. We meet people to let them share their experiences, basically more on traveling. So I have a brother here who has experience is going to share. He's a Ghanaian brother living in Kenya, but what brought him to Kenya? It's something your ear should be itching for you to listen. So without taking much of your time, let's dive right into the conversation. This is Talk to Brother segment. If you're new on this channel, thank you so much for always coming back, and then consider subscribing and then turning on your notification bell. To our old fans, as I always say, God bless you guys for being part of this journey with us. So let's just dive into the conversation and then you take it from there. Hi bro.
Yeah, hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and you?
I'm doing fantastic. So I would like you to introduce yourself. First of all, you tell us your name.
All right. My name is Abel
Ofori.
I'm from Ghana, but I've lived in Kenya for some years now. Actually, yeah.
Okay, so which part of Ghana are you from?
I'm from Kumasi.
Kumasi, or say Kumboy?
Yeah, Kumasi.
Yanka Chikaka, you confuse your mom. So you're from Kumasi. How long have you been in Kenya, if you don't mind?
Okay, I've been in Kenya for almost getting to 6 years now.
6 years in Kenya?
Yeah.
So now you have a Kenyan passport? Since you've been here for 6 years?
No.
You don't have a Kenyan passport?
I don't have a Kenyan passport.
Okay, are you married?
Not really, I'm not married.
You're not married?
No.
You're not married to any Kenyan?
No.
6 years? Wow.
Yeah.
How are you coping with Kenya for 6 years? Because me, I'm suffering. This weather. And then
yeah. It's not easy, but well, it depends on how hard you are. Okay. I mean, in terms of hustle and who you are and what you can do most of the times. Yeah.
So you mentioned hustle. So now I want to know what brought you to Kenya.
All right. It was 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't plan to come to Kenya.
You didn't plan to come to Kenya?
No, Kenya is not part of my journey.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even know much about Kenya. I just bought the ticket and I used, Ethiopian airline. I was going to Dubai. So I was doing a transit. In Kenya.
So originally you were going to Dubai?
Yeah.
And then you did a transit in Kenya? Okay.
Yeah, so I did a transit in Kenya here. And then the next few hours I left to Dubai, where I went to Dubai and I stayed, I worked, and then I was there living life. And then things didn't go as planned.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I had issues with my visa, so I had to come, and there's something they call change of visa.
Visa change,
yeah. Anybody who is in Dubai understands this thing more.
Visa change,
so, yeah, so after a couple of months and other things, I decided to come to Kenya, to do visa change.
I don't want to cut you. When you say things didn't go as planned in Dubai, what happened in Dubai?
Dubai, I think when you go to Dubai, no matter who you are, with any purpose, you are mostly people go there for work.
Yeah.
And then when you get the work, they now do resident visa, which now allows you to stay there for a couple of years, 2 years, and then when I think you are done, now they terminate your contract, or if possibly there is another offer for you,
renewal or something.
Yeah. In my case, it didn't really happen that way.
Okay.
Yeah. When I got there, I went there with a tourism visa.
Okay.
I got the work. I worked first month, second month, and then it got to a point where the company had to now process the resident visa for you. Yeah, and then it is now at that particular point where I realized that my visa was not even up to 3 months as I thought it was, because they discovered that it was 1 month.
And then they didn't even tell you?
They didn't even tell me. And the guy who did the visa print for me fabricated the whole thing on the sheet of paper. So on the sheet of paper, you could see that it was 3 months. But if you go and then read it on their computer system, on the computer system, it's 1 month.
So who is this guy who did that for you?
Oh,
the guy was in Ghana.
Yeah, he's a guy from Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I had a car where I gave him the car. He gave me some balance, and then he bought the ticket, and then he gave me. Actually, I had a visa. I was to go to America. You understand? But it was a Peru visa.
Okay.
It was 1 year visa. So now it got to a point where I needed some money. Now, I was told that when you get to the Peru International Airport, you are supposed to declare some amount of dollars. And I didn't have that money. So I spoke to this guy, and then he was like, there is an opportunity in Dubai where it's a security work. You get a lot of pay. So why don't you go and do it for like 2, 3 months, 4 months there, and then proceed? Because I had that visa in my passport.
The visa was there already.
Yeah, it was 1 year. So I said, okay, since 1 year. So I said, okay, right now I don't have money, I have a car.
Okay.
So it was Mr. Bush cloth. So he said, okay, fine. So I showed him the car. He said he won. I said, okay, then you have to give me. At that time, he gave me like 5,000 Ghana cedis. And then he got me the visa, and then he bought the tickets. You understand? And then he balanced me that amount of money. So I said, okay, fine. Then he told me that it was 3 months visa. And then the whole thing about the traveling was a scam. He told me that I'm going to a company where as soon as I reach, the company is coming for me. I'm going to meet some couple of people who will meet me at the airport and then take me to I only have to rest a day, and then the next day it begins my work. You understand? So okay, fine. But when I got to Dubai, I realized that there was nothing like any company coming for me. And then I realized that the whole thing is not what he said it is. I was even went to lodge in a house where some group of people have rented, and from the look of things, they don't even know their way out, their way forward.
So this guy took your car.
Yeah.
Balanced you just 5,000.
Yeah.
And then bought a ticket.
Yeah.
And visa for you for Dubai.
Yeah.
Do you know visa for Dubai is less than $200?
At that time, I had no.
You had no idea. But you had a visa to Peru.
Yeah, I had a visa to Peru.
But you had not made inquiries about traveling, about how to get documents, all those things. You had not made any inquiries about them.
No. What I did was, Dubai was not part of the plan.
So the whole plan was just Peru.
Yeah.
So Peru, you knew your way out.
Yeah, I knew my way out. It was when I get to Peru, you go to Brazil, or you move to Colombia, Mexico, and this was Obama's.
So you could just easily enter from
there. Yeah. So that was the plan. Okay. So when the Dubai whole thing became the second option, I never did any inquiries about it.
It sounded good though, because you have 1 year visa.
Just 2 months. And then he promised me they were going to pay $3,000 or $4,000. So I didn't really know much about that. I said, okay, if it is cool, my vision is not there. So if it is 2-3 months, well, it's cool. So he did everything. He saw the car. We went to Kumasi, driving licenses, wherever. I switched the name, everything, the document to his name, and then he gave me the balance, everything.
Where is he now?
I don't know where he is. I don't know whether he's alive or he's dead. I don't even know. Yeah, so that is actually what went on.
Okay, so
yeah.
Now you are in Dubai.
Yeah.
You realize that thing is not like how it was supposed to be.
When I got to Dubai, I realized that the whole thing is it's a lie. It's not true. There's no company coming for me. It's a group of people in Dubai who don't know even their way out. They're in a house. So I went and joined them. They even said before you stay there, you have to give them some money.
Yeah, of course.
I paid them, and then they said again I have to pay them again for a work. You understand?
Yeah.
So okay, fine. Yeah, I paid. And then when I paid again for the work, now they said they've got me a work, and then I'm supposed to go this day, this, that. So okay, fine. Now on my way going, they connected me to another Ghanaian there. And then the guy also told me that since he's the one who is supposed to lead me now final to the company I'm supposed to pay.
Okay.
So I told him I will give him nothing. I don't see reason why I should give him my money. And he tried to threaten me, you lose. I said I don't care.
He's a Ghanaian.
He's a Ghanaian.
He's supposed to be your brother.
Yeah, he's supposed to be. In Dubai there is nothing like brothers. Yeah, whether you're a guy, yeah, okay, to my experience.
Yeah.
Whether you're a Ghanaian, you are talking to a Ghanaian, they don't do that.
Feel like
yeah, if they can lie to you, take your money, whether you perish, you die, is none of their business.
Okay.
So I told this man I cannot give him anything, whether he likes or not. There's nothing he's getting from me. Okay. So at that time he had already taken me to the company.
Okay.
So I was there. He came there 1 week after coming to ask what will I give. I said I have nothing to give you. And then he started threatening me, making stories. And what I had on the sheet of the paper was that it was 3 months visa, which means that I qualified to stay there for 90 days.
Yes, 90 days.
So I worked for the first month and then few days, and then now most companies there's like you're on probation.
Yeah, probation.
Where they watch how you work to see if you can fit into their system. So now I got to a point where they now believe I'm capable of working with them.
So what work was that? What was the
it was those how do you call it, this installation form of when you go to the washroom.
Okay.
Those things when it comes to about showering.
Shower, okay.
Yeah,
plumbing.
Shower,
plumbing.
Yeah, more of plumbing. Yeah. So that was the work, and I had no experience, but as I was there, I learned those things, and I became okay with it. So we were doing the work, and they liked me, and then they said now they want to do the process.
Yeah.
Visa process. So I said okay. I gave them my listing document and everything. They told me you have overstayed. And then all of a sudden I received a call from Dubai police and telling me that you have overstayed and you need to get out of here. And I'm like, what? This first month? No, even before that, there is another Ghanaian. The house where they welcomed me and I paid for rent to stay there.
Yeah.
The guy there called me and told me that before the last day for me to be like 40 days, 30 days in Dubai.
Yeah.
That same guy called me and told me that you have to leave Dubai now, and then he cut the call. So I was like, what are you talking about? I was reaching out to him. He blocked me. He doesn't want you to.
Oh,
yeah.
The guy in the house where they received you.
Yeah.
So those guys knew
everything.
It looks like they knew about the scam from Ghana.
Yeah, he did.
So the guy told them they should let you leave so that you don't get arrested.
Yeah. So he rather called me. It was me and a certain guy. But he's like he can't speak English. He can't write. Okay. Yeah. So everything was me with him. Yeah. So they called me. They were like, "You guys have overstayed. You don't have to stay here till tomorrow. You have to leave now."
How do you leave? Was your ticket a return ticket?
Yeah, my ticket was a return, but it was nothing close to that day.
Okay, the ticket date was like far
from that.
Are you sure the ticket was genuine return ticket?
I didn't even know. All I knew was that they
giving me tickets.
And as the fact that I boarded the flights and I got there. Yeah, so I thought that
everything is
it's real. You understand? Yeah. So me, I'm there. The guy calls, "You guys must leave here. You are overstaying and you will be in debt." And then the guy cuts the call.
Just like that.
Just like that. They are all Ghanaians. And then I sat down, and the other guy also, I told him this is what is going on. And he thought it was my own problem. Yeah. So he realized that he was also into the similar situation. Yeah. Then he had some cocoa, he was doing cocoa farm. So and he was a married man, he had kids. You understand?
Sad story. But it's a sad story.
So he decided now what he wants to do is that he started calling home, making calls. But me, I couldn't make any call. So I'm like, oh really? And then there's this lady in Dubai who works in a certain how do you call it? Travel and tour.
They call themselves travel agencies.
This slim girl, she called me, started speaking.
How did she get your number?
I don't even know. She started speaking English. So when I started also speaking, now she began relating with me, started quoting Bible scriptures, and I'm like, what are you saying? she thought that I knew she was a liar, or whatever she's saying is not true. So she started quoting Bible to make the whole thing look legit and real, so that you don't feel like she's lying. So she was like, she lives Dubai, she has cars, she has money, there's nothing like she can call me to lie to me. I'm like, who are you? Where are you from? She said, oh, I'm at the Dubai, this. I work with a travel agency. I'm the one who issued the visa for the guy in Ghana. Many things. I said, oh, okay, if you are the person, I would like to see you. So I looked for, how do you call it? Yeah. I went to her office, I met her, we sat down, we spoke, and then she took my passport, and then she saw the Peru visa, other things, and then we talked, and then she was like, okay, now you have overstayed. So tomorrow is when you are overstayed. So no, it was the same day. So it was like, now you have overstayed, and today alone you have to pay $100 for that day, and then from the next day you go. I'm like, okay. So I told her, now I just worked for 1 month, this is the money I've made, you understand, and they haven't even paid me. They were doing those visa processing. So how do I settle this matter? And then she brought the whole idea of go to Kenya. Kenya didn't even cross my mind, because I didn't have the mind of going to Kenya. You understand? So though I'd been in Kenya, but I didn't move around. So I said, okay, if that is so, it's cool. So she was like, okay, go to Kenya, because Ghana passport and Kenya, free entry, you understand. And then when you get to Kenya, this is what we are going to. I'm going to do now 3-month visa for you, so that you just return. All you need to do is just to pay for this Ethiopian airline, pay for in and out. And then as you go there, I myself will do the whole thing of visa processing, so that you come back, you work, you get that money, and then out. You understand? So okay. Then I told her, okay, if this is Ethiopian airline money you want, okay, fine. I will speak to, I had some Ghanaians back, the new company. So I spoke to them, take the salary and send it to this girl. And so she booked the flight, everything. So I didn't carry anything. I left my bag, my phone, everything, because she had told me
she would process the rest of the
the visa. Kenya, my coming to Kenya is just 2 days.
And then you come back again.
And then I come back to Dubai. So I didn't carry anything. My bag, my brush. I didn't even carry brush. Where's my bag, my passport, and then 1 trouser, jeans trouser.
Because it was just a day.
Just a day.
And then is she telling you to come to Kenya? Did you guys book any hotel or anything for you staying in Kenya? Or
nothing.
Just coming?
Nothing. She never, made mention of hotel or anything. You understand? So I knew that I was having some couple of dollars in my pocket. I said, that one is cool. I didn't want her to know I had any money, because the experience of some Ghanaians, they look at them.
Everybody wants to take money from you.
It's fine. That is how the whole thing went. And then now she booked the Ethiopian airline. I went there, and remember I had to pay overstay money at the Dubai airport before they allow you. So I paid the money. I paid almost like to Kenyan shillings is almost like 17K or something. I remember if so. Then I paid them. Now I went to the flight and with this guy, and then we now finally came to Kenya. When we came to Kenya, the first day there was this misunderstanding with us and the immigration. So when we sorted out that, we now go to Nairobi now to find our way out. So that's where the hustle began. So as we wait for
the visa to be processed,
so I said, okay, then I spoke to Ghanaians there. They said, oh, we have sent her the money. I said, okay, fine. Since you guys have sent her the money, now the remaining is what? For her to process the visa and everything is done.
No, wait, let me get this clear. So you gave the girl money to buy the ticket, or she bought the ticket for you?
So she bought the ticket herself and then asked me as I'm on my way going to make arrangement to pay it.
The other guys?
That was my own money because I had worked there.
I understand. I understand. So that return ticket your Ghana agent bought for you was invalid. You didn't use it for anything.
I didn't even use it for anything. I'm sure that the lady was aware.
She knew the ticket was just a dummy ticket. It wasn't genuine
ticket. She knew because she never mentioned anything about that. And then she was like, buy tickets. Let me buy the ticket as you go. you find a way, make arrangements, sort it out, as I also now get you the new one.
Okay. So now you're in Kenya. Let's enjoy the Kenya story.
So we got to Kenya. The guy I came with cannot read, cannot speak English, so everything is just on me. So we started at the Nairobi in town. So we asked them when we came, we now asked for Ghana embassy.
Okay.
And then it wasn't far in those days, but the people that lied to us, and then there was these taxi drivers that like it's far. And then they forced us, and then they, normally they do some stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
They will just go round and come back to the same place.
Yeah, and then they brought us to the embassy. So we went there and we were like, we are from Dubai just today, and then we don't know our way out. And we intentionally asked them to, help us to find a place to settle. Even if possible, they give us a place to stay. Yeah. And the guy told us that Ghana embassy, they have hired Kenyan people who works with them there. Yeah. So they were like, we should explain the whole thing in English so that the people who are there
who understand, so that they know there's a
situation going on. So the other friend could not talk.
Yeah.
So I explained everything to them. When I finished, he told me that how can you express yourself in English like this and remain like a fool? So I looked at him, he said, it seems like you went to school. The way you are talking seems you have gone to school.
Yeah, you understand what you're saying. So how can you just...
How can you be in this mess? And who even want you to come here?
Yes.
Do you think we are here to help Ghanaians, or we are here to to feed you people? Do you think this is what we are here for? And he was speaking this in front of his staff, which includes Kenyan citizens that they have employed.
Yeah.
They were looking at us, and he told us to get out of the office. And then he issued a command to the security at the main gate that if you open the gate for these people again, you will be fired. And then he threatened us never to.
This is the Ghana embassy.
Ghana embassy in Kenya.
In Kenya.
Wow. And then I looked at him. He said, "Yes, get out." And he was shouting at us. So I told the other guy, "I hope you can see the signs. Let's go." And then we left. So finally, the guy who brought us there also charged us a lot of money that we were not aware. Even the Kenyan driver. From there. So from there we had to walk. We walked. We didn't know where we were going. The whole journey now is like it's finished. There's no hope. So you are like walking.
Just walking. Just walking wherever you get to.
Just walking. So the first thing that came into my mind was, let's look for a church where there is a church. Then we go there. Me, I'm a church guy.
Ghanaians like
So I'm like, let's go to a church somewhere. Yeah. So we began walking around. And then I saw a first church. We went there, tried to talk to them, and they didn't want to hear our story. Yeah. So they asked us to leave. We left, and then we were passing again, and I saw a certain church around a place in Ingara.
Okay.
Ingara, close to town, Ingara. And then we saw the church, and I said, this is a church. Let's go there. And it was Friday.
Okay.
So when we got there, it's like the church was open. Okay. So we went and we sat there. And I told him, don't explain yourself, you just be there. Yeah. So it happened that they were having a service Friday night. And then we were very tired. So whilst the people were busy worshiping, Ethiopian, like there's this kind of cloth they give you. Yeah. We spread it on the floor. In the church service, while they were doing their churches, and we slept. We were busy asleep whilst people are busy worshiping God. So when they finished, they were shocked. They said, why is this? Are they all right? You understand? So,
how can you be sleeping in
the church service? Yeah. So they came. They were like, they woke us up, and then church is over. You have to leave.
Yeah.
And I told them, we don't have anywhere going.
Yeah.
So there was this Kenyan girl there, I've forgotten her name, and then she was like, okay, ask us why are we here? I gave her some bit of explanation of what has happened. So I was like, we are waiting. Yeah. So at that time we had phones on us, so She said, okay. And then we were there for like 2 days. We stayed there the first day and the second day, no food, nothing.
At the church?
At the church, no food, nothing. We were just there, sitting down there. No, you have not even paid to paste nothing. We were just there.
Just hoping to hear from the
the people back. We were waiting, still communicating with her. So we were just there. And then the lady said, now, look, I want you to go and talk to the bishop. He wants to ask you people why you people here. Yeah. And then the lady, we went, and then the bishop asked us the whole story, and then I narrated the whole thing, how the whole thing happened. And then, hoping that he will help us.
Yeah.
Then he waited again. It was Friday. We waited until Sunday. No food, nothing. Until Sunday, when the bishop was preaching, then he brought us in front of the whole church to come and narrate our story of how we got stranded in Nairobi, so that the people will hear us. So I started the whole thing, I narrated the whole thing. When I finished, they said they wanted to hear from my brother. Sir, he cannot say anything. He doesn't understand. He cannot communicate. He cannot write. So if you ask him to explain himself, you guys are wasting time. And they were like, okay, fine. And then now they used our story, to sell to the people and then to raise money. But we don't know the amount of money because, it's shillings. So we don't eat shillings. We are foreigners. So we were just quiet when we finished, and then they sent with us a certain man who said that he's also becoming a pastor. Okay. So the guy went and rented a place for us. It was not like a hotel or something. It's not secured. Everything there is built in a form of wood. Okay. You understand? But it's like a guest house. Okay. So they rented a place for us, and then they find us food. And then that place, we were to stay there for like 3 days. Yeah, to provide us food, morning, afternoon, and evening. So we were there the first day, the second day, the third day. And then it's like now we are on our own now, and they warn us not to come there, not to come to the church premise. Yeah. So we told them that the whole thing is, everything is finished. Then they said, yeah, it's finished. I said, okay, fine. And then the other guy was communicating with his people home. So they sent him money, but because he could not read those things, he didn't know. So actually I had to now go. So we asked, where is Diamond Trust Bank in town? They showed us. Now there was another pastor who had come to see the bishop. And so the pastor said that he knows the place. And so when he is leaving, he will go with us. We went to the bank, we cashed out the money. This pastor said that because he escorted us from the church premises to the bank, we must share with him with the money.
You that are stranded in the country.
We that we are stranded.
Begging for a place to stay.
Yeah.
And I have money, and the pastor.
The pastor is telling us that we have to share with him the money.
Do you remember the name of the church?
I forgot the name of the church. It's a long time, I forgot the name. But the bishop is called Bishop. A certain name.
Don't worry, let's
yeah, so I told my brother, don't mind this man. Forget him. Yeah. Why do you want us to give it? Just because you brought us here. He said, no, we have to give him something. I said, no. We are not giving you anything. We ignored him, and then we went back again. So now we went back to the same place, guest house. Yeah, we had to feed ourselves. Yeah. So life has begun. And then he was still making arrangements. Now we were waiting for the lady. So the guy kept on communicating. The lady asked some money, and then the guy sent to the lady in Dubai.
The lady asked for another money again?
Yeah, from the guy, because we were in the same situation.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so the guy paid the money. Now, the guy he had enough money to pay the ticket and then pay the visa. Okay. But concerning me, we agreed because I didn't have enough money. So my part was to pay the Ethiopian airline, as she also pays the visa, which was fine. And then we agreed. So now the guy has spoken with people back home, and everybody, to the point that they have sorted the lady. She has some bank account home where people put money in. Yeah. So the guy did that, captured the receipt on a picture and sent it to the lady. And then she asked my concern. I said, I remember my friends told me they have sent you some money. Yeah.
She said, yeah, that was for the ticket. And I said, yeah, so I have done my part. Then she was like, no, you have to pay again for the visa. If you don't have money, don't call me again. Then I'm like,
but the ticket she gave you was from Dubai to Kenya was a return ticket.
Yeah, a return ticket. I don't know whether I cannot verify. Yeah, it's genuine, whether genuine return or not.
Okay.
But that's what everything it was written on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so now she's saying you need to get a visa before. You need to pay for the visa.
Yeah, before she will even talk to me.
Okay.
I should use the same procedure, like what the friend, they have this mentality of you have family home.
Yeah, so call
them.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that was not the agreement. She was like, well, I've told you what to do. If you cannot do anything, forget. Then I'm like, do you realize this is somebody's country? If you knew you had these plans,
why didn't you let me?
Yeah, you should have sent me to Ghana.
Yeah.
Why here? And then she started shouting. And I'm like, don't try to shout and think that I'm like those people who come to Dubai, they keep begging. I'd seen the whole picture. You understand? So I told them, you cannot intimidate me.
Yeah.
You began quoting Bible, said you are well off, you are of yourself.
But
what you are doing doesn't show anything of this thing. If men or boys are scamming, you as a girl, you also scam. And she was like, you cannot talk to me that way. I said, no. This is what you are doing. Kenya is not my country. I'm not a Kenyan. I'm a Ghanaian. Why will you do all these things and bring me here? And now you want to, try to give me orders and make me panic. I said, no. Do you know what we are going through here? Are you all right? So we were shouting at each other on the phone. We were doing this voicemail stuff. So I said, don't try to do these things you are doing. So she never mind me. And then she said, now she avoided talking to me, was relating to that guy alone. Okay. And that guy, if I'm to describe him, it's like he's not matured.
Okay.
He doesn't know life.
Okay.
And that's how I'll put him. So he was also some kind of, me and him, we are in trouble. He knows we are stranded in Kenya, but he started shouting at me because now he had received some money
from you.
Yeah.
And I know the lady is trying to make that guy feel okay.
Feel good.
Yeah.
You understand? Started talking anyway. Don't you have family? What's wrong with you? You understand? And where we were sleeping, he was the one paying where we go and eat. So he was shouting, talking funny things and, trying to make you look like he's somebody you are nobody. So I was quiet. I went quiet and then he continued doing them, speaking to me some way, you understand, treating me some way in that hotel. And through that, they stole my phone.
Okay.
You understand? So when they stole my phone in that place, now he had his own. And I'm like, okay. As we were living there, we realized that now the lady has done everything for him. So he's supposed to return. And so they bought for us the same ticket the same day. Yeah. So he was supposed to return. And I'm like, okay, since you are going to go to Dubai, I'm remaining here. No way forward, nothing. I'm stranded. So I was thinking that he's even a good guy. He would say, oh, maybe take this, maybe 5,000 shillings.
But he could have equally paid for your ticket for you, for the visa at least, so that when you go and you guys work, you pay him back.
He never had such mentality. He was even, shouting at me, making noise. You see, sometimes you look at a person and how he talks to you, you will know that this person, you cannot even discuss that with him.
Yeah.
He's shouting at me, abusing me in the hotel, making me look like,
now you're begging.
Are you useless? Don't you have family? Why is that? People have sent me money. I've been able to raise money to pay this. I have money here paying this. Nobody is sending money. You understand? Then
let me ask, where was your family? Why weren't you contacting anybody?
Okay, I have a family, and I spoke with them, but at that time things wasn't right. Yeah. When I was traveling, I even knew things wasn't right.
And it was your own decision to travel, so you can't put your burden
to and so I knew that things was not right. Okay. So when the whole thing happened, there was nothing like going back to them. Yeah. You understand? It's like fighting on your own.
Yeah.
You see, you fight on your own to get something. So
I understand.
I knew that where you are alone. This league is just yours. However you be successful, you have to do it. So I knew there's nothing like going back. And even the people that I know, you can't reach back to them.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be having that kind of heart or those things. So
Sure.
that was like that. So it went on like that. We were there. So the actual day came for him to leave to the. He doesn't know his way around. I'm the one who take him everywhere. The airport, I had to read to him when you go, do this, show them here. So even to the airport, where to go. He knows nothing. And I asked him, what were you coming to do in Dubai? You cannot do these things. He said he wanted to come and make money. You understand? So okay. So I took him to Nairobi. And then I showed him which bus would take him to the airport. Okay. And I read on the... Now, we had even overstayed to the point that the returning ticket, like one day, it has elapsed one day. So I took him to Ethiopian Airline to pay some money there for them to fix it well.
To activate it.
Yeah. So when I did everything, did the discussion, his name, everything, and then when we finished, he still had a lot of money on him. So I was like, okay. So I was thinking, since he knows that,
you don't have any.
Yeah, and this hotel, we pay every day, and I don't know anybody. I was thinking, maybe before he goes, he will give me this. Yeah. Even if this all he has, take this.
Yeah, because he's going back and he's going to be okay. Yeah,
he's going back. But to my biggest shock and surprise, he gave me 500 shillings, Kenya shillings 500. I don't know if converted to Ghana.
I know 500.
Yeah, it can't.
It's like 30 cedis. It's almost like 30.
Yeah, 30. To my biggest shock, I'm like, you are going. You have your ticket. You have everything. You are going back there. You work. Why don't you give me? He said, no. What are you telling me? You got mad? And I said, okay.
And you had helped him with
everything. I never cheated him. Even at the Ethiopian airline, he didn't even know how to read the currencies. I could have lied to the guy, take money there. But me, I thought, we are Ghanaians. So I thought, I have this. But even at the, I no hope. Thinking that this guy, when he's going, he will say, my brother, take like 500 Ghana cedis as I leave you with God and see how your life will go. This boy gave me, I was shocked.
500 shillings is like 30 cedis.
Yeah, shocked in that place. And this was when I have brought him to the bus station, almost about to. I showed him this bus, and he sat in the bus, and he gave me that. And then he went. So I also went quiet. Now I had to go back there, and now the struggle begins. Now the guy is gone, so it was left with me alone. Yeah. And I thought even he would give me his phone.
Yeah, because you have lost your phone.
Yeah, even my family was like, talk to him. He gives you, his phone when he goes. Even if it's money, when you get money, we send him money. Yeah. The guy refused everything. I'm like, this guy. It's okay. And then he left. So I came back to the hotel. Now that's the journey. Yeah, this is where
you and God.
Yeah, this is me and God. Yeah, so I had to find every day. That hotel every day was like 30 cedis. You understand? Those days, many years, there was 30 cedis, so you have to pay. And I came with 500 shillings. So the first day, and the day I took him, we had not settled them that day. So the money he gave me, I came and I paid them. Now I was remaining with the next day. So whilst we were living there was this Kenyan girl that used to watch us. Yeah. We used to go there, buy bundles, buy credit, scratch card, these things. So when we go, he can't speak. So I'll be the one, we want this, we want this. Then I'll buy and then I'll load it on his phone for him to then buy it. And then the girl was like, that day she saw me looking some ways. And she was like, today you don't look happy. And I said, where is your other brother? So he left. I said, okay, where? I said, to Dubai. Then he was like, you. I said, I don't know. Me, unless I become a Kenyan man. So I don't know. Now I'm a Kenyan man. Yeah, so she was like, really? How? Then I explained. Then she was like, how are you going to pay the hotel? Then she told me that your friend, he looks like he's a wicked person. He doesn't care about people.
Of course.
So I said, yeah. Then the lady now told me she will pay for me every day. You understand? Yeah. So I said,
Kenyan women.
yeah, I said, okay. And then she paid for me the hotel, and then paid for me again, gave me money to eat, what to buy. So we were together. So I could go and visit her. Whilst I'm in my room making my way out, I'll go and visit her. And then it happened that there was another girl there. I don't know what was her problem. She started inciting me to the lady. Don't relate with the guy. I don't know what I did. So the girl started getting mad. You understand? And then she told me one day that she will visit me in the where I stay, the hotel. I said, I don't have any problem. And then she was like, she will come with drinks. You understand? Champagne, other things. And I'm like, me, I'm a church guy.
You don't drink alcohol.
I don't drink alcohol. Then she was like, serious? Are you serious with these church things? I said, yeah, I'm serious. I don't take them. She said, are you serious? I said, yeah. And then from the look of things, it's like other things might happen. And I gave her assurance that I don't have plans for those things. Yeah. And she was like, I help you, help me. You get the whole thing? She was like, I help you, you help me. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I thought it was the opposite. It was men that want to do things and then get.
Yeah.
So you were in that situation.
I was in that situation. And I told her boldly that I don't care. But the point is I cannot do that. So she said that now she's giving me 2 days to think about that. While she keeps on paying. But
your savior has given you a deadline.
Yeah, the day I refuse, it finished.
Okay.
You understand? So she kept on. Every day when I go there, she'll give me money for food, and then how far? I said, no, I can't. Then the next day, no, I can't. Then the next day. The next day she told me that she's no longer going to do that. Okay. And in those days she gave me time. There was one neighbor on that plot where he was staying that she used to hear me talking, and then she said, you sound like West African person.
Yeah. I
said, yeah. And then she was like, are you from Nigeria? I said, no, I'm from Ghana. and then she was like, I know a Ghanaian pastor who has a church somewhere.
Okay.
Then I said, okay, this is a good point. Now, I said, no, take me there.
Like straightforward.
Straightforward. So I started giving her pressure to take me there. It's like, I'm busy today. Until the day that this girl told me that, almost to the day this girl told me that, now the lady took me there. So I saw the pastor, he was preaching. I sat down, and then the sermon went on long, so I couldn't stay out to go, and I left. So I came the other time, and I met a certain assistant pastor, we spoke, and then somehow they tend to like me. So they asked me where I am, and then that's how. So this other girl left me because she told me that since I have refused to
help me, I help you.
Yeah, she cannot help me again. And then she left. So now the church began from there. And I had preached back home. I do those things. I go to church. I do those things. Everybody knows me as that. So I was with them. And then the pastor began to give help. I was there with them. Now it's like a new family. I was cool with them. Yeah. So the pastor now sat me down. What is that? So I would have loved to go back to Dubai. So this is this. The pastor said, okay, how much is the money I mentioned? He said he will pay. So we called the Dubai girl back. That lady who was supposed to. I said, okay. The pastor said, this person so and so is here, and he's telling me the situation. So you said you need how much for you to get the visa? The lady started insulting the pastor. So the pastor was like, the pastor looked at me. He said like, what did you do? I said, I don't understand. Because this is the same person who brought me here. And he's asking me to, now you wanted money. See, I found someone who will pay.
Now you're insulting the person.
The pastor called. He said, you said how much? He told me that I was somewhere like, she was even asking close to, he said $300 to $500. Even those days.
For visa.
For visa. And then the pastor said, no problem, I will pay. So the pastor said, I have the money here. So which bank? How can I send the money? The pastor was really how this guy started shouting, and then she just ended up the call on the pastor. So the pastor now suspecting me You understand? Suspecting me.
Yeah, you are just lying to
me. Or what did you do for the girl to behave that? Even if I want to help you, then the person thinks like you are a bad person. I'm like, no. We exchanged some words because of what she did to me, and I don't understand. She was after the money. Now here's the money. What is the problem? And then the pastor said, okay, you look for somebody else. Now Kenya, we try looking for people. It's not working through. And the time I was in Dubai, I heard that they had banned Kenya people or whatever. They had issues there. So it was not going to go through. So I told the pastor, okay, no problem. Let me just go back to Ghana and leave. I had this visa of mine. And I had sold car. I had even 2 cars. I sold one. And then this other one, I sold to somebody, but the person had not given me the money. They had not completed. So I was like, okay, take me, buy the tickets for me. Let me go home. Let me go after this man. So that this man, I'll get my money.
And then you go to Peru.
And then Peru straight out, instead of me branching anywhere. And then we were there. And the pastor was like, what do you really want to do? So, I was a preacher. This is what I used to do home. So then he was like, why don't we work together, even on this land? So, okay. And then he was a good man. So I said, fine. I'm like, rent.
So how long did you stay in Kenya? This whole story, how long was it? Was it within a month or after a month?
Was after a month.
You stayed more than a month?
Yeah, when I met the pastor it went on for like almost 2 years with the pastor. 2 years with the pastor.
So I'm coming. So during that period, when you go, you lie down on your bed, what comes in your mind? What was coming in your mind? How were you feeling?
I was shocked. And at that time is when I came to know some of our brothers, the things they can do. You understand? Because me, when I went to Dubai, I saw Ghanaians that were stranded. You know these things.
You were stranded, but you saw people that were stranded.
More. To the point that I had money. So where they accommodated me, there were people who could not pay. And obviously, they will chase you away. They will throw your things away.
Yeah, I know.
So until I withdraw my own money, I used even $200 to pay for my own Ghanaians in the same house, which is owned by a Ghanaian who is chasing Ghanaians away. I had to use my money to give to this Ghanaian so that he will allow his fellow Ghanaian
to stay in the house,
to stay on that plot. Because when I look at them and I look at the struggle is hard. And everybody has a story to say. So I look at the whole thing.
Dubai is not your mate.
Yeah, so I look at the whole thing and I said, no, for these guys to stay outside, sleep outside, this life, let me just give my money. So I gave, and then like that. So when I came, I was with the pastor, I was shocked, surprised. I said, Ghanaian. So I was shocked with the whole thing. I was shocked. As I was living here, I was shocked. So my life was church, home, church, home, church, home. And then I'll go to places to preach, to look for church members, and then bring to the church. And as I was on, but it got to a point it was difficult. You couldn't get people to come. And then it got to a point where me and the pastor, we also had to part ways. You understand? Again, I had to part ways with the pastor. So now...
By that time, you had made some money because you were working?
No, I had made nothing because they pay rent.
Okay, they give
for you. And so it's like nothing comes in your hands.
But you are living, you are eating.
You are eating. Yeah, nothing comes in your hand. So, and once I was with the church, I never made friends with any Kenyan or you understand. So it was that church when it get to a point where we had to part ways, where I parted way with the church. So now I was now on my own again. Now from zero again, it's now zero. You don't know anybody again. It's like now I'm a new person in Kenya again because my life was church, home, church, home, church, home. I don't go anywhere. I don't visit anybody. So everything was new. I had to start again. So that's when life, began. And then I had to now start working. I had to go to, Kenya, how it is. You cannot get a work unless all the foreigners I've met, only few people has genuine, legit business and work. You understand? But the other people, if you are not hard, you will not work. I know people that have been in Kenya for years. There's no work they have ever laid their hands on. No business. They don't do anything. I don't even know. sometimes it's all about today house is closed, today trouble up and down. Yeah, because it's difficult. So me, I went to a site where the construction site where you go and you carry blocks from morning till evening. Now they give you 500. Because me in Ghana, I never did messing, so I don't know anything concerning those things. So when you find yourself there, even for you to get there,
that's another issue.
You need ID, identification, other things, because it's a site, and you know the way Kenya is. But the church I was in, I left, and then I went to another place. Now the church there was this girl who now seems to like me. You understand? So she wanted us to date. You understand? So
you never met a man who liked you. Only girls were liking you.
It has always been the issue. You understand? You know, maybe they pity me. You understand? So you know, men, when a man is in trouble and a woman is in trouble, the woman will be helped. And it will shock you. It will shock you that when a man has a help, and there is another man and another woman who needs help, the man will give to the woman. So mostly the girl was interested. So she was like, you know, you don't do anything. I was home. Things was difficult. New environment. Nobody knows. Difficult. So she was like, I know this site. I can take you there. You work. And she was beautiful. And looks like the people there wanted her. Even the securities at the gates were somehow interested. So she held my hand and she said, let us go. So when we go to the gate, you know, because I was with her, there was nothing like ID. You understand? There was like,
just go to protocol to enter.
I entered, I went, and I got the job. And I started working. So many people there thought that she was my girlfriend. I said, no, it was church. And the new church, it's like the pastor liked me, so I once preached there, you know. So people discovered me, and it seems they liked the work I was doing. So they brought me there. I started doing. I have to carry, you know, stones from morning till evening for 500 shillings. You are with them. The new people, you don't know them, they don't know you. They speak new language. They eat new food. It's like a dream, or you are dead, and you are find yourself in a different place,
in
a different world somewhere. So the things they do, the things they say, the things they eat, the way they think, their way of life is different. But I was with them. And you know, in Kenya here, mostly in such conditions, people, when you go to a site, they don't even speak Kiswahili. Sometimes they will speak their tribal language. So if it is Kikuyus, they will speak their language. You don't hear them speaking Kiswahili, whereby you can even relate with. So you are lost completely. But it's life. You have to be there. So I did it for long. And then the place got finished. We got to another place. Then now I became known. I don't know how. People in that side started, they knew me. So everybody was like, the guy from Ghana. You understand? So people were shocked. So people were like, why are you doing this? West Africa people in Kenya, they have money.
Yes, West African ones come to Kenya.
Yeah, they don't do these things. Why are you doing these things? I said, me, I don't know. I don't have the money. I don't know them. So this way I had to go. So I was there with them until through that too, I met friends. I made friends Kenyans who are nice, guys who became my friends. So where I was staying, people became my friends. So life was no longer hard. Again, I could go to the sites every day. They know me. I work. They pay me. I met some nice people. So we became good friends. Now that's where life started becoming more easy as to compare to the first. So I was with them, different sites, and that's how I was able to learn the language small. Because if you are in the midst of them, where I am, there was nothing like a foreigner or anything. I'm the only different person, and they too, they don't speak English. You are working with a fundi who has not gone to school. You understand? The fundi means maybe a plumber. Those people, they have not gone to school, so to even construct a sentence in English is a problem. So when they need stone, they cannot tell you, bring me this stone, get me this. You know, those things, it's difficult in their language. So in the beginning you have to cope with it. Bring this, bring that, bring this, as I was doing. and then I was going to the church, preaching, then like that. I've worked with, and then through that I got a job with Go TV.
Okay.
Go TV, this stuff. Yeah, I began going out, working. Now it was the pastor where I was in that new church. I began going there, working with the pastor, selling Go TV. We have our own car, you understand?
Wow.
So things was a bit easy. So even though I was in all these things without ID, you know, those things. Yeah, and in my former church, the pastor I first met, I worked with, yeah, it's where I met a girl. Yeah, that girl, she became helpful to me. Yeah, in my life, yeah, I seems to be meeting them who some has helped me.
One way or the other.
Yeah, they have helped me. So that girl was there for me, helped me, would bring me food. Yeah, was with me in my new place where I went, new church. She was there. Though this other new one, I told her I had a girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the beginning, the whole thing was she took me to that construction site.
Yeah.
With the aim of me getting job and for us to date.
Yeah,
you understand? Yeah. So
you have a girlfriend.
yeah, so most girls don't do things for free.
Yeah.
You understand? So I told her, I have a girlfriend, and then the whole idea, you understand, just left. So she just left me, didn't speak with me again, and then we were in the same church, and then since then it been like that until I got to a point where I now started doing business with this friend of mine I met. I also met him in the construction site. Yeah, but I realized that he was a good person. He's a trustworthy person. And then I looked for money from home, and then we began doing business. That's where now the whole thing of that kind of work, the whole thing left, and I told myself I'll not go there again. It was either I will learn the job and become, a professional, someone who can, do something with this and make money, or I will choose something to do. So when we started this business with this friend of mine, it's just selling of slippers or sandals or those things. So yeah, it started going well, not bad. Now I said, then that's how I manage my own self from all those mess like that. Yeah, so that's how the whole thing went. Yeah, it's been a level, it's been years through those stories. Yeah, it's
and
been.
Today you're saying it looks like it was just one day.
Yeah, it looks like
it was just one story. It happened in a flash, but.
Yeah, sometimes you stay a place you can't pay the rent. They'll disturb you. They'll tell you leave. You understand? Wow. So when I get a job and I started working, at least I didn't like the idea of living here and depending on a woman. Yeah. You understand? A woman is not made that way. Yeah. So even if she helps you today, tomorrow she'll get tired. Yeah. They are not like a man that can feed a woman for 5 years and will never complain. Yeah. So those things, I really had to do that. Though you will not find any West Africa in Kenya that will go to construction sites and go and do construction. Yeah, most of them, even if they are broke to the point that they have nothing, that is never the option for them. But as for me, I was alone. Wherever I was alone, and I never even knew any West Africa. So the ones I knew as Ghanaians, I met some rich guys, Ghanaians in this land. Yeah, and in those days I was struggling, and I tried calling them, but they also behave the same way. They shout at you, they get mad, don't call me.
So what is our problem? I've heard a story, guys. So this is a real life experience about traveling. We always try to advise young guys if you want to travel. It's good to travel, but I will always tell you, make sure you have more than 1, 2, 3 contacts of where you're going to in case of emergency. So this is what our brother went through. This is a sad story. Like, I was laughing throughout, but it's sad. It's emotional. I know how it feels when you are somewhere and then you don't know anybody to talk to.
Yeah.
And then you can't even the issue here is you can't even communicate with people you are with.
Yeah.
You don't have a phone. You're just living life. And then this is somebody who was going to US. Yeah. And then he ended up in Kenya.
The saddest part of it is that when they stole my phone, there was a time It was December, the Christmas season. I went to a certain restaurant in Kenya here to eat, and I saw a brand new phone on a table. And as I was entering, I saw a guy getting up from the table. So I knew the phone belongs to him. And my phone had been, they stole my phone. Where I was, I sat down, I took the phone. I was tempted
but you couldn't
take the phone off it.
Because this is just a replacement.
This is a replacement. This is how you contact your family. I said, no. I saw this guy. He got up from here. I saw this is his phone. I said, no. I was tempted. Something like, go and give to those people. The waitress or those people there, at least when the person comes, something like, no, don't give. What if the waitress decide to go quiet? Keep it. So I was just there. And then like 5 to 8 minutes later, the guy came. He was running. He came. And then when he saw the table, he did like this.
Yeah, he knew the phone was not.
He did like this and he shook his head. And I'm like, why? Me, I knew. I'm like, why? And he's like, my phone. I said, which type? And then he mentioned. And I said, brand. And then he said, no, I said color. And then he said white. And it's just size. And I remember it is him then. I just gave him his phone. And as I got up, I was going to say, what have you done? Are you mad? I said, oh, no, it's cool. I believe I will recover.
Yeah, that's who you are. You're not mad. I think the little kindness you showed to people along your journey, that was what kept you, because your story would have been worse when that guy you came with was leaving and he gave you just 500 shillings. Just imagine how worse it could have been. But it's always good to do good to people. It shouldn't be only the people you know. It should be just random. I think that's one thing. Some of us, it helps us. Yeah. So this is an interesting story. This is an emotional one. Going to America and then you end up in Kenya. I can't imagine how you're going to be sleeping, how you're going to be feeling. But that was a nice time with my brother here. He's Abel from Ghana.
All right.
So on this segment, this is what we do. We let people tell us their story. So you can learn from it. We are learning from it, and you also can learn from it. So today we had a nice chat concerning traveling. And then until we meet again next time, don't forget this is your favorite brothers from Ghana. You are always going to have good content from us. Like, share, comment. Let me know what you think about this traveling segment. If it's something we should keep doing, or you want us to do some changes, let's know in the comment section. He's also a YouTuber. He has a YouTube channel called Abel Global Prayers. I'll put the link down there so you can check him out, and then wish him well. He's been through a lot. He still needs our love. Let's show him love on his channel. Thank you so much, and then see you on the next episode. Bye.